away, Tony.
Well, we asked about it before the game, but to beat that team that I don't think the Fever have beaten since 2021 and to have it be like that with that kind of atmosphere, what did this one mean to you and this team?
I think for me, just the maturity and the toughness that my players showed tonight was just incredible. I mean, we're watching them just grow up, right? Like from where we started to where we are now. Just the way they've just consistently improved, that 1%. So for me, proud for the win. Connecticut is an incredible team, but so proud of these players.
Kelsie's the first player in this franchise's history with 5 straight games of 20-plus points. So did she change something? What has led to this stretch from her, and why do you think she's been doing it since before the Olympic break now?
Yeah, Kelsie Mitchell is special. She's a special player that now with, the players that she has around her that give her an opportunity to get freed up a lot more than she has in the past. It's just created, and she's playing with such confidence, and I mean, she's a great shooter. You have to guard her a certain way because she can put it on the floor. I think she's the fastest player in the league downhill. So, I mean, you have to be a really good defender to stop her to the rim, but then you also have to be right on top of her to keep her from shooting a three. And she's just shooting the hell out of it right now.
We'll go Akeem, then we'll go James.
Coach, Kelsie said it was important not to get bullied this game and to kind of stand up for, you guys as a team. Just the toughness that they showed, and again, to not back down from the challenge that the Sun put up today. What does it say about the team?
Just like I said at the beginning, just maturity. Maturity and toughness today. We told them, I mean, they had us 3 games. They're the best defensive team in the league, and they just are going to make everything really hard and be very physical, and you can't let that get to you. I thought the game got real chippy there for a little while, and I think I called a timeout just to make sure that we just kept our composure. Didn't need to let that get to us, just keep doing what we were doing.
We'll go James, and we'll go Brad on the left.
Christie, obviously Kelsie's been through a lot throughout the season, personally, off the court, things like that. How much does her character as a human being add to what we see as a player?
That is a great question. Kelsie Mitchell is just the most unbelievable professional athlete that I might have ever been around. She might not be happy all the time about certain things, but Kelsie Mitchell is going to show up every single day. And she's going to do the work every single day and do whatever our team needs for us to be successful every single day. I mean, that shows so much about who she is. And I told her the other day, I was talking to her after practice, and I just said, your dad is smiling down on you right now. He is so proud of you. And she just was like, I hope so, Coach. But that man is so proud of her. I'm sure her entire family is.
We'll go Brad, then we'll go Christine.
We knew Temi was a difference maker for this team on a night when she doesn't score a point but a plus 18. Where did she matter most for this group?
Defensively, defense and rebounding won us this game. And, we've talked about how, our defense and how much that we needed to improve. And we have. They have locked in, especially during the break, and they have locked in and just worked to get better. And then, to me, if you want to ask what won this game, defense and rebounding, I wouldn't have been able to say that in the past. But that we did a hell of a job. We had 5 stops to end the game. Last 2 minutes and 50 seconds, they did not score. That's incredible. That is a great team. So just how they've locked in and took pride on that end of the floor is just making a difference for us.
Go Christine, then Scott.
Christie, when you think of the start this season and the dark days and all the criticism and everyone doubting, is there you look obviously very happy and even a little emotional about what's happening, but is there a particular joy that you can describe with knowing how hard it was at the beginning of the season to see what you're doing now?
I think the word joy that you just used is something that we couldn't find a lot of early. And I have preached that from the beginning, that you've got to have fun playing this game, and you've got to have that joy is so important. And when we came out of the Olympic break and won those 2 games, it was a different feel out there. And that's what we talked about, that we, there's this joy, there's this excitement, and it's created this new, just this different feeling around our team. A lot of it, I think, really has to do with their relationships and how that's grown. and just the comfort that they have with each other. Yeah, there were some dark days early and a lot of doubters, but again, the maturity and the toughness, they kept showing up. They kept showing up, and they kept improving in areas that we needed to improve on, and it showed up tonight big time. Just, I don't know if I've ever been more proud of a group of people in my life.
Go Scott, then we'll go Chloe.
Is Lexie kind of the epitome of what you were just talking about, defense, rebounding, the hustle? Is she kind of the epitome of what you want to see out there? And then more to that, how much have you seen her embrace, going from out of the rotation to now a instrumental part of what you're doing?
Yeah. Lexie stayed locked in and ready to go when her number was called, and she's just done everything that we needed to do to get these wins and to be successful. Tonight she came, got the start and got the call to start, had confidence in her shot. She had that crazy three right in front of our bench. That was just with the shot clock going out. But that's just where her confidence level is. She's got her feet ready. She's got her hands ready. She's got great players around her that are creating all kinds of actions, and she's standing over there. And when that ball gets to her hands and she's got a wide open look, she's knocking it down. And then on the defensive end, she's drawing their best player now. She's communicating with people. She's locked into the schemes along with everyone else, because it's not just that. Everyone has to be locked in and on the same page. And she's just done a great job for us since the break, even before the break. But she's just been, also, as with Kelsie, an unbelievable professional who just kept showing up and waiting on her opportunity.
Go Chloe, then we'll go Matt.
You talked a lot last year and at the beginning of this year about being able to close out games. Just how much confidence does it give you, especially after the Olympic break? You've been consistently able to do that. I mean,
that's the maturation process that we've been going through. I mean, that's all I can say about. We've had those experiences last year. We had some early. It didn't go our way. But just being able to have those same situations that we've gone again and ran in practice, the same situations in games early, we would go in and practice and work on those same, and that's paying off for us now. And they have confidence in what we're doing. Just like in the Atlanta game, we were able to double team a lot of the post actions and some of the guard actions when we hadn't done that very much. And we've just been able to do that job, do that initial job, but scramble out of it, when a lot of times when we would not do what we were supposed to do, we would pause and we would not keep playing. Now we are scrambling and we are playing 1 through 5. So just the maturation process for me is just what's because of that, Chloe.
Go Matt, then we got 2 on Zoom.
Yeah, it seems like Aaliyah's been battling every single night, and she was able to hold her own tonight against 3 veterans. I guess, how much does she set the tone physically in the first quarter, where in the next 3, it seems like everybody's diving for a loose ball?
Yeah. AB's that dominant post player down there that kind of gets everything loosened up for the outside, because, if we get her touches, they're going to collapse on her. And if they don't, great. That's great for her. That's great for us. She's going to go and she's going to make a move. But even when she catches in the high post, she had 8 assists tonight, right? She had 8 assists because when she caught at the high post, if Kaylin was getting double teamed, she caught at the high post and everybody was spaced and everybody on the court can make shots. So they can't just collapse on us. So she was able to, wherever they decided to come from, she was able to make that pass. So she's able to also play make. As well as if she's isolated down in the post, go to work. But she's holding it down defensively as well. She's doing a great job matching up to some of the best post players in the league.
Okay, the last 2, George, and we'll go Willie. George, go ahead.
Coach, congrats on the win. How important is it for your team to have games like these? Because we see it in sports every year. High seeds get bounced early because they don't get battle tested in the regular season. They don't grind out wins like you guys did tonight.
Yeah, they're a playoff team, second best team in the league right now. For us to grind that out and get that win from them is just helping us for where we want to be in the future. We want to be where the Connecticut Sun, where they are, and where the New York Liberty is, and where the Las Vegas Aces, Seattle. That's who we're trying to be there, and we're making baby steps to get there. And all of these experiences are helping us prepare us for whatever comes. But for us right now, the next thing is the Chicago Ska, and that is Friday night, and that's what we've got to take care of to keep this momentum going.
Last one to finish up with Willie.
Hi, Christie. You talked about the growth and maturity and how all the players bought in and just kept showing up, and you tie that in with you know your praise for Kelsie. I'm wondering if there was a point early in the season where you were talking to the girls, but where Kelsie came to you, and there was a moment where she let you know, hey, we got you, and how that ties into being an extension of the coaching staff and how you rely on her in that manner.
Yeah, when I talk about them keep showing up, that was the challenge for us coaches from the beginning with such a young, inexperienced team. It could have gone a different direction, but you talked about character, and we're really lucky to have a great group of not just good basketball players, young basketball players, but great people in that locker room, and that is what Lynn Dunn and I have strived to make sure. That's who we want in our locker room, and that's who we have. And they just feed off us, and we feed off them. And I think they trust us, to make sure we keep putting them in positions to be successful. But they keep doing things to make me look like a really good coach. And our staff, and Jesse Miller, who had a great scout tonight, and Paul Miller, who had a great scout against Atlanta. Jared and Karima's got the scout against Chicago with Tully. We're just all on the same page, and it's just a great place to be right now. And you can just feel it in our locker room, and that's just where we try to keep everything, because that's the most important thing. Everything in that locker room is the most important thing, keeping it there.
All right.
For any of you, I know you guys have talked about in the past kind of staying composed in these big moments. Just what did it mean to be able to stay composed when the Sun were kind of charging back at the end, especially against the team, top 2 in the league?
I think that we had a lot of experience throughout the course of our first couple, 12 games of Connecticut and New York and teams like that. So we've already experienced what it felt like to lose and have to battle and withstand that kind of energy. And I think for us, it was just about not taking it no more. And I think it was a matter of you want to win or you don't. So,
Matt.
Yeah, for Caitlin, was just wondering if you would say that this is the most physical game that you've been a part of in your career. Obviously, there was that hard screen with AT, and you didn't seem pleased about it.
Yeah, it hurt a little bit. I would say it's definitely up there with one of the most physical games I've played so far, but that's you're going to get that from them when you come into this game. That's just how they are. They're a physical team. They set a lot of screens. They do a really good job of setting and using screens. They really do. But I thought we navigated screens well, especially when we needed to late in the fourth quarter. We were switching well, contesting shots, and rebounding and getting stops at the end were the reasons we won.
Go Christine, then we'll go Brad.
Congratulations, guys, for all 3 of you. What does this mean? I mean, obviously, a lot of people watching. You beat Connecticut. You've won, 4 out of 5 since the break. Can you each of you put this into some perspective, this victory tonight? Thank you.
Well, it's been in our locker room about when the last time we beat Connecticut, and I think for us it was kind of like a personal indoor, let's see what we can do as a group. And I think that after this, ensuring that what we do bring to the table has value. I think our 12 can only get stronger, and I think going forward, you only see our group get tighter and tighter, and we're going to be able to withstand a lot of these matches down the stretch. So I'm excited about where we're going.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Kelsie. It's been since 2016 since the Fever have beat.
21 or 2020?
Oh, 2021. Sorry, not 2016. What happened in 2016?
4 for 24
Last time we made the
since.
playoffs.
Oh yeah, 4 for 20. That too. A lot happened in 2016. I was 14, but anyway, I think it's a big win for us. I don't know. I mean, this is a team that we felt we hadn't really given a game to at all. We felt, I think especially here, we felt like we gave one away, but at the same time, we didn't feel like we played like how we are playing now. And then the 2 games there, obviously, were about as bad as it gets for us as a team this season. So I'm just proud of our group. I thought we came in very motivated, very excited for this game. I thought our crowd was honestly incredible. They were really into the game. That certainly helps us a lot, especially when you need a big stop there at the end. That's huge. It feels like there's another defender on the floor, and I'm just really thankful for that. And even though we didn't score a ton of points in the fourth, it was our defense, like I said, our defense and our rebounding.
Yeah, I think, we're taking every game as it comes, one at a time, and to get a win tonight, I think, some people might have counted this game off for us, but I know we came in really motivated, really excited, and believing that we could get the dub, and just really proud of how our group kind of stayed together throughout all 4 quarters.
Go Brad, then we'll go Scott.
Got two. Lexie first. We talked earlier today about kind of minutes and moments. You had some again tonight. Temi had some. Everybody kind of stepped up when they needed to. Why is this team just kind of sort of been able to find that as the second half has gotten going here?
I think, 1 through 12, we have confidence in every single person on this team. And I think everybody feels that. We have, people so supportive on the bench that when your number is called, when your name is called, and you have an opportunity to take advantage of that, that you have your entire team behind you. So it's great. Temi had a really great night tonight defensively, and everyone, when their number's called, they do what they need to do.
Second one, Kelsie and Caitlin. Has this team got a swagger now? It just feels like there's a little bit of an attitude this team has found that in a positive direction with this last couple weeks.
We get enough texts and stuff like that to be, I guess, gritty, so to speak. I think that what we bring to the table and who we are and who we're growing and showing to be is just who we are. I think that what Caitlin brought obviously helped, but I think her and her play and utilizing us to show as a group what we can do is super special. And I think that the swag is going to continue to drip, I guess, because we only gelling more and more together, and I think the sky's the limit for us.
I think also it's just a lot of confidence. When you can stack confidence from game to game, that's the biggest thing for a team, and especially going on runs within the game. That's confidence too. So I think you're just seeing our confidence grow at a different level than it was at the beginning of the season. I think that's what's been motivating us the most, honestly.
Kind of following up on the physicality of this game, there was some chippiness there as well, especially early. Nalissa took that shot to the face. But how's it feel that the way you guys responded and obviously came out on top? And do you feel like this was a playoff-type game, playoff atmosphere, playoff basketball?
I definitely do feel like it was a playoff atmosphere and vibe. I think that the grit and the style of play that you saw from both teams is what you're going to continue to see for the rest of the season. The playoffs is important. You know that. We all know that. And so you're going to continue to see that gritty kind of play. But I told our group earlier, I was like, I don't care what happened in the game, but not being bullied is not a issue. We're not going to be bullied today. And so for us, it was about making sure we stay confident in that stance of, don't let nothing just happen to you. We know how great these teams are, but, we got confidence in ourselves too. So
Go James and Tony.
Kelsie, for you, obviously you've been cooking as of late. You've been a scorer all your life, but what does this level of play feel like when it feels like when we're watching it, every defender is a mismatch?
I don't know, man. I just try to stay focused on what matters, keep the main thing, utilize my team in the process. But right now it's just about winning as many games as possible to get that playoff spot. So I'm excited about where our play individually as a group and individually where we can all go. But the main goal right now is to kind of just win.
We got Tony, then we got two on Zoom.
Lexie, in this stretch where everything's kind of been clicking for you, did you change something in your game day routine, or do you feel like you're just in a groove right now?
Kept
She's in a
things the
groove.
same.
She started hanging out with me more.
It's rubbing off on me.
Some are good, some are bad.
Yeah, true.
We'll go to Willie, then we'll finish up with Michael. Willie, go ahead.
Thank you. I have one question for, if I could get Caitlin and Lexie to comment on this. If you look at the entire season, the improvement of the team, all the players have had really good games, a couple of off nights, but the model of consistency since day one, would it be safe and fair to say offense, defense, leadership in the locker room is the lady sitting to the left of you?
For sure. This is somebody that's been with this organization for how many years, Kel? 6 or 7?
Yeah.
7? 7 years. So, if anybody deserves this, it's definitely Kels. She comes in and works so hard. She's always been a constant voice, and even when she was hurt through training camp in the beginning of the season, she was somebody that was right on the sideline, coaching us, talking to us, and especially for myself as a rookie coming in here, she was always a very positive voice in there and very supportive. And for me, that makes you feel very welcome coming in as a rookie and getting to play with somebody that's been really, really good for this organization. So I just feel very lucky and fortunate because I know that's not every situation for a rookie. So I'm just very thankful.
Yeah, I just would have to second that. Obviously coming in with Kelsie for the past few years, she's been a solid performer, a solid teammate. And I know every year hasn't been easy for her, and to see, her just grind out every season and to be where she is today, I think playing her best basketball, being the biggest leader she's been, I think we'll go as far as she'll take us. So just really thankful that she's here and really thankful for, how she's playing and the type of person that she is.
Last one, Mike Vopel.
Yeah, thank you. Caitlin, I was wondering if I could have you comment on two things. First, the rookie record for three-pointers. You got that tonight. Just how happy you are with being able, the way you've been able to sort of transfer that part of your game to the WNBA. And if I could ask you to maybe brag a little bit on Kelsie a little more. She's the first person in this organization to ever have 5 games of 20 points. You know how hard it is to put those type of games together. I just wonder if you could comment on those two things, please.
Yeah, I think the 3-point record is cool, and I think it just speaks to the way we play offense and the way we've been playing offense, especially as of late, like just fast, up-tempo. I feel like I'm definitely capable of shooting it a little bit better. Like I feel like I've gotten some tough rolls over this course of this year, but even that last one tonight, like I felt like it was in. That one really upset me a little bit, but I still feel like I'm shooting it well. I feel like I'm taking good shots, and that's the most important thing for this team. And then Kels, like, you know, like you said, is it 4 or 5 in a row where she scored over 20? Like, that's really, really hard to do in this league. In my eyes, she's one of the most underrated players. I don't think she always gets enough credit for what she does. And every night for her is very, very consistent. Like you see, she shows up, she performs, she does what she does. She's always somebody that I can count on, and it's been a lot of fun to build our chemistry over the course of this season. I feel like since the break, you've really been able to see it thrive with me and her at the 1 and 2 spots. So it's been a lot of fun for myself, honestly.
All right, thank you, everybody.